Hi, I'm Max. I'm the creator behind Eat the Rich Art. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns, and I am here today to show you the things that I've made this week. So first of all, yes, I have cut and dyed my hair. We're looking fresh again. Secondly, it's bloody warm today. That's why I'll be wearing this t-shirt. And yeah, I'm not wearing a hoodie today. I'm not wearing sleeves today. I'm not doing anything about anything today. It's 30 degrees out. So, to start with this week, it's mainly been bookmaking. We're in the last stretch with the Pride stuff now, so it should be this video and then next week. The last 2 weeks for a while where it's just Pride stuff, because I'm just trying to get done. So then we will be done. There is not going to be a what I made this week video on June the 20th? No. June the 16th, I think, is that day. That Monday. Whatever the Monday after Download Festival is, there won't be a what I made this week video because I'm not going to be making much. I'll be in a field. So, yeah, I will see if there's another video that happens in the meantime to fill the slot that I can pre-record and just slot in there. Just prior warning, there just might not be a video that week because there won't really be much to show you. I'll put any makes from that week into the week after's video. But yeah, right, I'm going to actually get on to the things I've made this week. Sorry for the pre-ramble. Yeah, so Monday and Tuesday I spent time just bookmaking, finishing things off, getting things done. So we had, I'm going to start with the easy part of everything I made on Monday and Tuesday, which is we made 2 Arrow Beans the Frogs. That's the girl who knots pattern. It's free on Instagram. And 2 non-binary Beans the Frogs. The Arrow Beans the Frogs, which were these ones, took 15 grams of yarn in total. 4 grams of black, 3 grams of white, 3 grams of silver, 3 grams of celery, and 2 grams of apple green, all in the Yarnsmith Chenille Chunky. And then that was the same for both of them. For the non-binary flag, that took 13 grams of yarn per frog, 3 grams of white, 3 grams of black, 3 grams of yellow, and 4 grams of lilac. So those were done, those were out of the way. I did those on Tuesday, but it's easy to get those out of the way first. Right, and then I made a lot of axolotls. So we'd started some of these last week, just did a load of bodies, and then I worked through doing the striped flag ones and all the flappy bits on all of the plain bodies as well. So we have, to start with, the ace ones, which are this one, and that one. Which one was first? So this one was first. This took 27 grams of the parfait in the mauve, 2 grams of white, 1 gram silver, 1 gram black. Then, where did we get to? This one's next. That took 8 grams of the mauve, 9 grams of the white, 6 grams of silver, and 2 grams of black to get that one done. Then the flag striped one took, no, this one took 25 grams of white, 2 grams of silver, 1 gram of lilac, and 2 grams of black. I forgot to say with the Beans the Frogs, these will be, I've not decided between £6 and £8 yet. So if we say 6, that's 24 quid for the 4 frogs. And then the axolotls are going to be £8 each because they're a bit bigger and a bit more complicated. So that's another 24 there. So we're up to 48 so far. Then the next 3 I made were the non-binary ones, which are these 3. So we have this one to start with, which took 25 grams of the mauve, 1 gram of the white, 1 gram of the lilac, 1 gram of the yellow, and 1 gram of the black to get that guy done. This one took 20 grams of white, 7 grams of oh no, 27 grams of white in total, because I had to change balls halfway through. 1 gram of lilac, 1 gram lemon yellow, and 1 gram black. So these are all taking sort of between 24, 25 and 31 grams of yarn per axolotl, basically depending on how many of each colour they have, and also whether they have the parfait in or whether they're just yarn smiths, because that changes the weight of them ever so slightly. So then the last NB one took 7 grams of yellow, 9 grams of white, and then 4 grams each of the black and the lilac to finish that one. And again, at £8 each, that's another 24. So we're doing well. We're up to £72 so far off stock last week. The next 3 was the arrow flag. So I made this one, which was 20 grams of white, 1 gram of each of the rest of the colours, so apple green, celery, silver and black. So 24 grams in total for this guy. Then we made this one, which was the same actually, where it took 20 grams of the body colour and then 1 gram each of the rest of the colours. And then finally this one, which took 8 grams of white, 5 grams of apple green, 6 grams of celery, 6 grams of silver and 1 gram of black to do that guy. Another £24. So we are now up to £96 of stock last week, and we are barely halfway through. I was productive last week. And then the last 3 I made, I don't have the third one with me because my boyfriend's claimed it, so it's upstairs and it's too warm for me to bother going and getting it. So if you want to see it, it will be in the Gay Men video. So the 2 that I have available to show you are these 2. So the first one will be the striped one, which is that one. And he took 1 gram of, oh no, that's still arrow. Hang on, bear with. No, so the first one is this one. 20 grams of body colour and then 1 gram each of the rest of the colours. So that tracks with the arrow ones as well. And then the stripy one took 20 grams of white, 1 gram of dark turquoise. No, I'm on the wrong one. 2 grams dark turquoise, 12 grams white, 5 grams sky blue, 5 grams teal, and 4 grams of sage for that one. And then the final one I have is just a blue body. It took 27 grams of deep blue, and then I did the flaps in sky blue and teal, and that took another 3 grams of yarn in total, 2 grams of sky blue and 1 gram of teal. So he was 30 grams. So we're off the streak of it all being 24s, and we have a 16 to add to the mix, which 96 plus 16 is 102, £112 so far. And that is all of the small things that I made on Monday and Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I might have also made those on Wednesday. Yeah, I finished the last few axolotls and the frogs on Wednesday. On Thursday, I moved on to hoodie bears, I think. No, on Thursday I did finishing the gay video off. So I've made a hammerhead shark. This pattern is by Crafty Chalice Crochets. It's free on Rippler. So he took 38 grams of yarn in total, 8 grams of teal, 8 grams of dark turquoise, 8 grams of white, 11 grams of light sage, and 3 grams of sky blue to make that guy. And I think I'm going to price him about £12. So that's £124 of stock. And then my gremlin guy, these are 15 when I sell them. And he took 1 gram of sky blue, 1 gram of white, 1 gram of dark turquoise, 62 grams of light sage, and 2 grams of teal. So that's a lovely grand total we have to add. I think I said 12 for this guy, but I might make him 15 because it was a bit fiddly. So let's add 30 on. So that's £142 worth of stock so far. Then the next thing I did, so Thursday through to Saturday, I bulk made hoodie bears. Thursday night, I made all of the hoods. Did I do the sleeves as well? No, I just did the hoods Thursday night. Then Friday, I did the sleeves. I'm making all of the legs and then starting to make them actually into bears. I think I got all the way up to making the bodies, and then I did all of the heads on Saturday. So to start with, I made another trans one because this one sold at a previous fair, so he's been remade. Then he took 23 grams of sky blue, 22 grams of baby pink, 9 grams of white, and 43 grams of latte. I really like the way the latte looks on these bears. I might make that my main bear colour going forward. And also in the latte I did an arrow one, not arrow, this is ace. I did an arrow one as well, but not in latte. So the ace one took 9 grams of white, 12 grams of black, 13 grams of lilac, 10 grams of silver, and 43 grams of latte. Then the two I did in rust were the arrow one, which took, is it this one? Yeah. 9 grams of white, 12 grams of black, 9 grams of apple green, 22 grams of celery, 10 grams of silver, and 56 grams of rust. And then finally I made the non-binary one, which is 9 grams of white, 12 grams of black, 8 grams of lemon yellow, 13 grams of lilac, and 56 grams of rust. So all of the hoodie bears took between 87 and 97 grams of yarn, apart from the arrow one, which for some reason took 118, and I'm not entirely sure how that happened, because that's a 30 gram difference, so I don't know if I've just weighed it wrong, but yeah. So that was 4 hoodie bears, and the hoodie bears sell at £15 each, so that's another £60 to add to our stock, so we're up to £202 of stock in 1 week. Is a bit crazy for me. And we're not done yet. There's still more things. By the end of this video we'll be over £250 worth of stock. So there's 3 things left to show you. I started these on Saturday. Once I'd finished putting the heads on all the hoodie bears, I sat with the ball of rust that I had left over and made all of the noses and ears and feet for my pride cappies. And then on Sunday I sat and made all the bodies because I had the flags pre-made from a few weeks ago when I decided just to make the flags. So we have 3 pride cappies. Let's scroll back up to where I actually started these. Let's start with the non-binary one. I'm actually go in order and help myself out slightly. The non-binary one. So for the flag it took 3 grams of lemon yellow, 2 grams of white, 5 grams of white, 4 grams of lilac, and 3 grams of black. And then for the body it was 13 grams of rust and 59 grams, I think, I've lost where I was. 55 grams of vanilla fudge on the non-binary one, and he has plastic eyes. I used 12 mils on my cappies. And then for the ace one, I decided to embroider the eyes so that I've got 50-50, ones that have plastic eyes and ones that have embroidered. So the ace one took 5 grams of white, 4 grams of lilac, 3 grams of black, 4 grams of silver, 13 grams of rust, and 59 grams of vanilla fudge for this one. And then I managed to finish this one in a rush before I left the house to go to my little craft group that I do with my friends. The taxi turned up as I was sewing his boat up, so that was good from me. He took 5 grams of white, 2 grams of celery, 5 grams of apple green, 2 grams of black, 4 grams of silver for the flag, and then the body was 13 grams of rust and 59 grams of vanilla fudge. So these take between 83 and 93 grams of yarn depending on the flag. And that is everything I made this week. The cappies will sell at £20 each, so that brings us up to £262 of stock that I made last week. And I don't know if I even want to count the amount of plushies I've got here, but let's try. So we've got 7 with the cappies and the hoodie bears, 8, 9 with the gremlin and the shark. There's 4 beans the frogs, so that brings us up to 13, and then I did 4 flags at 3 axolotls each in the axolotls, so that's another 12 on top of that, which means I made 25 plushies last week, which is a lot for me. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this. I know it's been a bit of a short and snappy one because I've been bulk making things, so I've been able just to hold them up here and there. Let me know in the comments which one your favourite is. If you'd like to see more behind the making of this and how I chose all the colours, I'll check out my Pride series. That's coming out week by week. I think that the last 4 flags are my June videos now, so that will be the gay flag, the trans one's already been done, the arrow flag, the non-binary flag, and the ace flag, the arrow flag, and the non-binary flag are my June videos. So you want to see all of that, check my channel out in June, drop me a subscribe and a like to be notified when I put those up. They should be up on a Friday between 12 and 4 UK time, depending on when I get them edited and scheduled and all of that stuff. I think that is everything I have to say. My store and my Instagram are linked in the description if you'd like to follow me there, and if you'd like to check out the plushies. Some of these will be up for sale at the end of June, depending on what I have left after my Pride market, because I'm not going to have time to make things to order in June. I'm very busy. So yeah, anything that's left will be up on my Ko-fi store at some point in June. Check my Instagram out if you want to be notified when that drop comes, because that's where I'll be posting it most likely. And yeah, right, I think we're good. I think that's all of the YouTubey things I need to say. So let me know in the comments which one was your favourite. Thank you again for watching and have a nice day.